more on this, let's bring in former DHS Senior Advisor and Newsmax contributor Charles Marino, along with the former Chief of the U.S. Capitol Police, Stephen Sun. Good to see you both. Gentlemen, Chief, I'd like to go to you first here. Look, there's part of me that says this is Congress kind of looking out for Congress when we've got thousands of people getting shot in the streets in our cities. But this is a heightened threat environment. What do you think can and should be done here to try to keep people safe who are our elected officials, but also strike the right balance?
Well, I think Speaker Johnson first said it right when he talked about the tone of the rhetoric that's out there. I think the 14,000 threat, indications of threat that Capitol Police are investigating is very indicative of that rhetoric that you're seeing out there. What they need to do, the biggest concern with members of Congress, you have 535 of them, only 8 leadership positions have security, full-time security details, is their security out in the districts. It's working with your state and locals, monitor your intel. Again, they're, like you heard, they're canceling a lot of the outdoor events. That's probably not a bad idea right now until we find out, get a little bit better hand on things. And again, just continue to do assessments on what kind of rhetoric are you seeing online? Are you seeing some threats? But the big concern with security is, as security, you got to be accurate 100% of the time. The bad guy only has to be accurate once.
Chuck, of course, we know that you were very much involved with of course, this.
Secret
Sorry,
Service.
thank you very much. With Secret Service, appreciate that. Thanks, Tom. And of course, I know you did a lot of detail on former presidents and their families and beyond. And to Tom's point of, okay, it does seem like maybe Congress is thinking too much about Congress, but at the same time, where do you draw the line in terms of resources? Because we know that they are scarce. We also know that former government lawmakers, including the former vice president, no longer has Secret Service detail, again, because of constrained resources.
Yeah, resources are an issue, whether you're a government agency or a private sector company like I run right now. I mean, you have to pay attention to resources. But really, when it comes to security planning, the threat level needs to drive the overall security planning and the type of resources that you're bringing to bear. And if you don't have enough of the resources and the planning to match that threat level, then there needs to be a serious conversation about changing behavior and changing plans, and maybe not doing a 3,000 person outdoor event, but maybe an 800 person indoor event. So, security is about communication. It's about dialogue. And it really, at some point in time, has to be about the expert saying this might not be such a good idea.
Yeah. Chief, I'll give you the last word on this, and and about where we go from here, because certainly you don't want to kind of have an assassin's veto situation where, because of these types of events, that people are not able to have in-person events or communicate effectively.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Last thing I want to do is see this stifle important voices, and conflicting, countering viewpoints is important. Like Chuck had said, it's all about the threat. You got to monitor the threat. You got to work with the United States Capitol Police and members of Congress. And I think it's important for them to be secure because they're public officials. They represent their constituents, and their constituents need to know they're safe. They need to work very closely with Capitol Police, their intelligence unit, as well as their state and locals to develop that threat assessment. And like Chuck had said, security should be based on the level of threat.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.